Several health complications leading up to. Heart attack happened in the end. Whose dad is that? Good. They're going to piggyback off of each other because he's saying to me, my daughter came to hear from me. Then I have the other gentleman stepping in, and he's saying to me, several health complications leading up to heart attack in the end. Okay, it's okay that you said the cancer because he'll make me feel in, because this was not the first time that I have somebody that steps in that had cancer set in the system, but then the heart attack takes them before the cancer does. Do you understand it? Okay, perfect. So sometimes what can happen is somebody can have other health relations and then something else can completely take them. And sometimes they'll make me feel cancer, whether it's still set in the system or not. But he's giving me the heart attack because it's what happened, because that's what happened with the passing. Do you understand it? Okay, perfect. So we're going to go back and forth. Health relations, complications leading up to heart attack. Heart attack standing here. Daughter. Okay, good. So I'm just going to piggyback off of them. So when I start to say stuff, you just have to claim what you recognize, okay? Because my guide says to me, I'm going to constantly go back and forth between the two of them. How are the two of you connected? Because they keep making me do this. Friends, friends, friends. Are you best friends? I'm just asking because they make me feel. They make me feel like you're close. Good, because I want to like hug. Okay, good. Did you come for support for her, but you also wanted to hear for people as well? So you're like, I want to go for the experience, and if my loved one comes through, wonderful. But they're saying to me you wanted to be support for her, just like over here. Do you understand it? Okay, because they make me feel they want to connect you, and I feel like you're very close friends, and that's either close friends or best friends. That's why I had to ask. Yeah, he's stepping right in. He has his hands on both your shoulders. So I want you to just relax, okay? Let me know if you feel anything. He makes me feel like I need to sit in front of you, so I'm going to do that first. Yeah, I'm going to be going back and forth between a couple people. I'm impressed. I'm moving my arm as well as I am. Okay. I need to stop for just a minute because before I connect to him, somebody keeps saying to me, she has my badge. She has my badge. Huh? Okay, that's it. Remember how I said I was connected to both of them? Both dads were going to come through. I kept getting she has my badge. Did you have that hidden under your shirt? Perfect. Wonderful. All right, good. Did you ask him to bring that up? Because he said to me, my daughter put that on, she asked me to talk about it so I would know it was her. So you would know it was him, I mean.
Around the house, we get clean sweat, and I grabbed it and I put it on, and I was thinking myself that I would wear it, and that's how I knew.
If it was him.
I kept saying yours. That's how I would distinguish it was.
Do you understand it? Okay, perfect, because that's what he was just saying to me. She put it on purpose, and that way she would know it was me. Do you understand? Good. Okay. I'm being told I only have both of them for a few minutes, so they're both going to try to do as much talking as possible. So remember how I said I'm going to sit here, and I'm going to be doing the back and forth between the two, okay? I'm going to have them both come and stand in front of me. Even though I can feel your dad behind you, I want their energy to be right in front of me so I can have a stronger connection. Set the item you have of his where you feel the strongest connection with him, that's most sentimental to you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Because he's saying to me it's the most sentimental item you have of his.
We have several people.
Do you understand it? Okay. When they say it's the most sentimental item, that's because you have several. That's why he said items and most. Okay? So it's his way of acknowledging it's the most sentimental. And it has his name printed, because he said my name is on it. Okay, so I'm going to leave it, and I'll see if he gives me his name. Right now, he's still, every time I attach to him, he's taking my breath away a little bit. Do you understand it? Perfect. Again, I'm going to have my guide step between him and I, just like over here when I was here with her dad with the emphysema, because he's taking my breath away too much. So I don't know how much I'm going to be able to get out of him, because it's going to be a struggle for me, because every time he steps in, my breath is going to be taken away. Okay? Because he's cutting my breathing off. So I'm just going to leave it for a minute, but I want you to have as much time with him as possible. That's why I know he gave that to me first for you. Do you understand? Okay, good. He's making me feel like I want to hug you. I'm going to do that because he's making me feel like I want to hug you. Because he keeps saying to me how close you were. Do you understand it? Okay, because he keeps saying to me he felt like he was your best friend. Do you understand it? Okay. Yeah, he keeps saying to me that belongs to me. Tell her that whenever she wears that, I know she's going to think of me. And that'll be my way of staying close to her. Do you understand? Okay. Yeah, oh my gosh. Like the breathing.
Yeah, terrible.
It was not good, honey, at all. And I can feel all this pain right here, all the way up and down into the throat, into the chest. Like tubes and stuff. Do you understand it? Yeah. I feel it all right here. And they're saying to me there had to be the support because otherwise he couldn't breathe on his own. Do you understand it? Okay. So I'm going to have to take my time with this. I don't know how much he's going to be able to give me of the health relation, and that's completely okay. I just want you to be able to hear his words, all right? And my guy just said to me, we can't allow you to feel everything he went through because it's going to take your breath away, and it's going to take all his energy. And he says he'd rather just have a conversation with you, okay? All right, honey, what do you want to say to her? Give me just your words. Just talk to your daughter. He just said, tell her thankful. I'm thankful for the days that I had with her, even though they weren't as many as I wanted. Do you understand it? Okay. Tell her I know it was hard for her to look at me like that, meaning in the end, because he's saying to me how hard it was for you. Do you understand? Okay. I know she knows that I heard her words, but I know she wonders how much of them I heard. Do you understand it? Okay. You told him it was okay to go? Okay, because he just said to me, I need her to know that it gave me peace because she told me it was okay to go to heaven. And I know, because he makes me feel like you're saying it right here. Do you understand it? And then he makes me feel like his soul is released and you're there, and it's like you're trying to hold him and kiss him at the same time. Do you understand it? Yeah, because that's what you're holding him. Because that's what he's making me feel. You're holding him like this. Do you understand it? Because that's what he's making me feel. That he is in your arms when this happens, and that you told him it was okay, and I can feel the soul being released. Okay? The way he makes me feel it is, you told him it was okay to be in heaven. His soul is released, and then I can still feel him in your arms. Do you understand it? Because he's making me feel like I'm laying here, and I'm him, and you're wrapped around me. That's how he's making me feel it. Okay? All he keeps saying to me is she held me as long as she could. Do you understand it? And I feel like it's as long as you were allowed to. Do you know what I mean by that? So sometimes that can have to do with someone allowing you. Sometimes it can have to do with you allowing yourself. Okay? Tell her thank you. All right, this is what they're gonna show me. He's making me feel his soul is being released, so I can feel him actually in this restful state. Then I start to actually see him here in spirit. I can see the white light over here. There's an angel standing here, and then there's 3 people here. Okay, So now there's 3 people to meet him. If he tells me who they are, that's wonderful. If not, I'm just going to leave it. He keeps saying to me, he stayed with you. And they watched over him. And even though he crossed into the white light, he didn't go with them right away.
Every day I would say, Dad, stay with me one more day.
That's why. Do you understand it? He's saying to me, he stayed with you. I'm being told for over 2 weeks.
Every night, that was the last ice back. We got stuff to do.
Do you understand it? After he passed, he stayed with you for over 2 weeks before he actually fully crossed. But he had an older loved one that was with him, and he was completely protected in God's white light. He just chose to stay with you, to watch over you, because he's saying to me how hard it was on you. And that's why he was showing me his spirit here, and then I could feel you holding him, and his soul had already been released, and he's saying to me, I couldn't leave her. I couldn't leave her like that, because I knew that she wasn't ready to let me go, even though she said it. Do you understand it? Because in that moment, she didn't think about herself. She thought about me being at peace and out of pain, because she was tired of watching me in the pain that I was in. Okay. Now he's jumping up and down. He's trying to lighten the mood. They'll give me that. It's his way of acknowledging he's out of pain. That's all it is, okay? Huh?
It sounds equal.
Yeah, it's his way of acknowledging that he's out of pain, honey. He said, I don't want this to be sad for her. I wanted to tell her that I love her. And I wanted her to know that I'm with some of the older generations and that I'm okay. Do you understand it? Because he keeps making me feel like there were so many people there to meet him. Even though there's these main 3 along with this angel, okay? He just keeps saying, I love my daughter more than anything. There's nothing I wouldn't have done for her. And she knows that. That's why I felt like I needed to stay and be with her for a little while longer. Please tell her I love her. And then I'm safe. Okay. I want to see if I can get anything else out of her. Okay. Is there anything else I'm asking her? I'm asking one of my guides if there's anything else he wants to say, because I can feel his energy pulling back, because they want me to try to get to her, because they keep saying I might have a chance to come to 2 more people before they shut me down, and I'm trying to get through as many people as I can. Do you fear death, honey?
No, he did.
Okay, because he keeps saying I need to talk about the fear of death. Do you understand it? Okay, good. Because all he keeps saying to me is I need to talk about the fear of death. And then he just said to me, it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. Do you understand it? My guide said to me, Kelly, that's why he was trying to say before. And he made you feel like he was in her arms and you could feel the soul release, and then him staying with her in spirit because he wanted to make sure she was okay. But that's why he was giving, that it gave him such peace in that moment. And it was about that fear. Do you know what I mean by that? Good. That's why he was showing that to me. Okay? He's starting to pull his energy. Does he want me to be able to come to her, Dad, real quick? He's just passing me loving energy. I feel the peaceful wings, that his soul is at peace. And he just keeps saying, I love you. I love you. I love you. That's the way he's walking out. So much more I know he could have said, but I understand why he chose to do the things that he chose to do. Because if he was talking about being afraid and then you gave him that peace in that moment, and what happened with him actually being in your arms, and you wanted him to validate this, it's the first thing that he chose to talk about. Do you understand? Okay, good. You're welcome. Okay. He just said, tell her I'm sorry, I have to go. But I want to make sure that everyone else has a chance, because they're saying to us we're not going to be here much longer. That's how I know I'm only going to get through a few more people, okay? But I feel like I need to come to you next. I'm just waiting to detach from his energy, and your dad's